Hey, okay, I'm not sure how long ago this was. May have been 3 years ago at this point. Oh my gosh. Um, but I reacted to Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. And so I've wanted to do that for Infernal Machine. I just didn't know. I didn't want to go through each and every because that was just too long. But I finally figured out how to break it down. Uh, so this section is just Canyonlands and Babylon, basically the introduction. And then the other section is going to be the I think it's Tian Shan at the Shambhala temple and everything. So the snowy region. And then, of course, the volcano region. I think that's Palawan, and which I think has way too many. They focus way too much on that. And and then there's the Egypt and in the desert, and basically then at the end. So um, we're gonna do it that way. Now, when I looked at the recording, it had it up in the but I think it'll work with how I put it in editing. So, and because at first I was like, I don't want to have to replay it all over again because I'm lazy, but but no, I think how it works for this, I'm hoping to get it fixed because basically OBS had uh updated itself and didn't save my settings, so I got to figure out what to do there and yeah. And and I guess this works out because Indiana Jones is popular right now. I guess that movie's coming out, the movie that I'm not really interested in seeing and everything. I already did the video on that one. But anyway, let's go ahead and react to Canyonlands and Babylon.
Time to go to work.
Yeah, just to let you know, this is probably the worst playthrough I've ever done. Oh my gosh. I I actually had to go and ask my dad. I was like, "Do we still have the manual for those Indiana Jones games?" I was like, "Please, I really hope you haven't thrown those out." Well, we had them. This is the only one that doesn't have the cover. But and thank goodness. So with this, just be aware that there's going to be pauses and everything, because man, and I'm pretty sure it's because I got so used to the Switch, and it tends to happen. You get used to one controller, and but I will say this again, don't talk fast. Between my dyslexia and talking fast, but when I was trying to find the manual online, I can't tell you how many people are like, well, it's 2023. Why can't they remake it? Why can't they do this? Why can't they do that? Look, kids, I gotta tell you something, okay? This is how we played games. Okay. And it turns out that in the game, look, this had a Nintendo 64 playthrough, okay? And as it turns out, it could be played with the mouse, which I didn't know, but those old mice with with the three buttons, and it has a joystick. You know, when I saw people just say, "Well, this game needs to be remade." No, it doesn't actually. When you're this is what happens when things are being remade constantly. You demand remaking of everything to satisfy your needs, and it's like, no, this is a classic. This is how games were played before you were born. Get over it. Okay. It does, and a lot of things don't translate into how gameplay is now. Maybe you do your research before screeching Velociraptor screeches. Maybe do some research before snatching it up on Steam and paying, the $5 or whatever it is, and then gamer raging on it. This is a game that's hardly worth raging over. if it's really bothering you that much. Oh, just chill out. Look, there are things that I rage over in games, but something like this, it, switching over from like the Switch controller to something like this, forgetting which ones to control, and Broken Swords controls are different from this. The buttons are different. So I was like, are they the same? Are they not? Are they? And everything else. And then every walkthrough is like, well, I'll tell you this, and it's for the 64 controls and all that, and it's just like the manuals are out there, my friends. I was just, oh my gosh. Oh, look, I have never said that I'm an expert gamer or that I'm this massive, wonderful gamer. I've been gaming since I was 4 years old. Like the first game I ever played, nobody remembers. That's The Adventures of Captain Comic. I think I talked about it on this channel somewhere. I probably need to redo the video. But good Lord. You don't need to remake every game simply because you don't understand the controls. And I'm getting really tired of the excuse that, well, it's this year, it's this year. We're in this year and everything. Yeah, we're in this year and the world is exploding on itself. So think about that for 5 minutes. I mean, it's pretty bad when some of the graphics and some of the games from 1999, which this game came out, are better than some of the games that are coming out now. Okay, so just be aware that through a lot of this, I was looking through the manual trying to remind myself what was going so there are going to be pauses and everything. Worst gameplay I've ever had for this. And but again, Canyonlands is basically just getting you comfortable with the controls. That's what this beginning chapter is. So, as if it isn't obvious while you watch. There it is. Oh. And I originally was looking for the manual because I had forgotten how to run and jump. I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna have to be doing that. But ever since we got the game, whenever I wanted to grab something like one of these things, it never fails. He jumps, jumps up and instead of actually grabbing it, I always push. Yeah, excuse me. I I remember in this little alcove, one time we used the chalk and looked to see how many different
Now
phrases
what?
he would. I don't remember how many different phrases he uses on the chalk. I mean, that he uh, scrawls with the chalk. He scribbles. Okay, so right here, when we got the game back in 99, 2000, right here, every time we would jump, he would never make it and he would die. It was like this was the point where me, my brother, my dad, it never failed. My dad was to the point where he thought that he got a defective game and he was going to return it. he was asking other people that got the game, and they're like, "No, we've defeated it. We're done with the game and everything." And he's just like, and so he called and found out that uh it was the video or the like the video something or other video card. That's what it was. And so he had to buy, yeah, he had to update. Something as simple as that. And but to this day, every time I come to this point, I like put my whole body into it. It never fails. I'm like I prep for it. So this point, it's not me looking at the manual or anything. It's me going, okay. And I swear, every time I jump, I'm like, ah! Jump, Indy. All those years later, it's just because of the fact that every time we played, it didn't matter what we did, he died. He would end up crumpled at the bottom of the canyon. And we would try over and over and over. I mean, um we got to know that beginning point up to this point, we knew it by heart. And because of the fact we played it so much, we were trying all kinds of tricks we did. And finally, once we got the video card, and I think it was Dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Dad because he wanted to test it. He got over and he's like, "That's all it took." Yeah. Yeah, because I think my brother was home sick, and so then I was the last one that got to try it. And so because I remember my brother, I came home from school because that was my senior year, and I came home from school and he's like, "It's fixed. We can jump over the canyon." And of course, I knew what he was talking about. My mom is sitting there like, "What? Jump over the canyon?" All right. Oh,
That thing looks flippable.
it wasn't this bad when I played through for the channel. Because I looked back at the playthrough. It wasn't. I was like, did I play this terrible? No. Oh man. See, for some reason, I remembered two snakes. And that's why I'm looking around here. So,
Whoa.
so it's it's important that you get up and swim to that ledge quickly because once you get into the current and he's swimming, like this, you're gonna go down that waterfall that you saw earlier. And because obviously you're gonna go up and get that gold bar that you saw earlier. The thing about the if you've never played before, the treasures that you're picking up is helping you to buy, excuse me, like more ammunition and first aid at the end of every chapter and everything. And if you have enough by the end, there is a map that is for a bonus chapter. And but um yeah, I think every chapter has 10 treasures that you get all together. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, scattered around the chapter you get a total of 10. And I know that there are times because it tells you at the end of every chapter what you get. And sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. Like this one I found a new one. And I'll tell you where that is. But but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 10.
What's this?
Yeah, just expect that throughout the entire thing. Sometimes I press uh jump when I mean collect. Okay, so I saw a gem and I'm trying to get to it. See, it's in there. Maybe he'll move. Maybe not. But yeah, there's a gem where that uh broken wall was. And you do get it later, or I do. I do show where you can get it later. It's just not that way. Because that would be too easy. Yeah, see, once you get into the current, it's... And here I'm having a problem with dive. Oh, gracious. And the thing that really gets me is that he has limited time underwater. And a lot of times when you're trying to get the gems underwater, you have to be like right on top of it, otherwise he won't pick it up. And it's like, damn it. So you're running out of oxygen trying to pick up this thing. There are times that I just don't care, you know. It's like it's not worth risking his health. Yeah. So the jumping, it's trying to get him to grab onto the, yeah, I pushed the jump forward here. But then when he gets back up there, I didn't realize how much this reminds me of in Sword in the Stone, where Merlin, as a squirrel, he's like, you gauge the distance carefully. Even then you can miss. I like that movie. Oh man. Here we go. I just wanted him to grab the ledge. And like it didn't make sense. Now I've had here where I run and jump and he jumps over and dies. It's like I always hate when video game characters take that extra step and it's like, yeah, you're dead because of that. I've had that happen in like this game. I've had it happen in the Zelda games. I've had it so many different games. It's so irritating. It's like you think you're safe and then all of a sudden they take that extra step and it's like, why did you do that? It is so frustrating. Makes me so mad. Once I realized where I was like, really? Right there. I was like, yeah, oh, get it, Indy.
Aha. Funny how I didn't spot this before. If this is the prize, I'll lose my grant for sure. Where are the priceless artifacts? The gilded idols? The crowns of kings? Good news never travels that fast. Better get up there.
What is he talking about? So he's at the top of the hill, at the top, and he says, time to go to work. And he says, funny, I didn't spot this sooner. And then he's going on, where are the priceless artifacts, the crowns of kings? He's in America. You're not gonna find that in America. Wrong place to have that rant, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Let's see who's in that helicopter. Oh, I hear bugs.
Hey,
Yeah, it's not enjoyable when sometimes you have to be like right on top of it. You have to stand like right over it. It's-
what have we here?
Yeah, the one thing about this game is that when there's like bugs or something, you'll have sounds to warn you that there's such as that. So this is a new gem. I had never found it before. I just happened to come across it as I was going through this walkthrough or this
Now what?
playthrough.
An idol.
I probably should have used the lighter here. Didn't even think of that. Yeah, come to think of it, he has the lighter, but you never see him smoke. Of course, my brother doesn't smoke and he has lighters, so he has a couple of them. It's just something to have, I guess. I
Hmm.
guess the sound effect is just because of the area that he's in. But there are times where it has, like with the spiders and the scorpions. Yeah, it took me a second to figure this one out. Oh, the snake on this one. You have to be quick. Because we've tried to get the snake, well, on this ledge, see, like I'm doing right now, and can't do it. Because he's fast. Yeah, he's a
Hey,
the way that the graphics are cut to make the mountains and everything. I remember my brother and I thought that there was a place that you could jump to another ledge. There isn't. It was just, yeah, one of those secret areas that you could go to. So we were killing Indy for nothing. Oh man.
Oh no. What now? Sophia Hapgood.
Hello, Indy. Been a while.
I'll say.
So, um, I mean, it's great that they brought Sophia back, but I just, in Fate of Atlantis, the voice fit the character. She's supposed, I guess, well, Indy is supposed to be like in his 30s in in the yeah, because he was born in 1899, so um yeah, around 30s. So by this time he's like in his 50s? Yeah, 40s, 50s, yeah, 50s. And I don't know, the voice for Sophia doesn't fit. And I know I've said that before on this channel, and no disrespect to the voice actress or anything, but after how she sounded in Fate of Atlantis compared to in this, just and I don't know. I really don't know. But because she sounds younger, and I don't remember who voiced Sophia in Fate of Atlantis. Because Doug Lee voiced him in both games. He didn't come back for Emperor's Tomb. And then uh yeah, so it's a different voice actress. Yeah, I just yeah, I just that's like the big gripe that I have for Sophia Hapgood. It's good to see her back, but but her voice does not fit because if she's supposed to be like around the same age as Indiana Jones, that voice just does not fit. All right, let's see what she's doing here.
Hey, what brings you out west? Some psychic premonition about the treasures I should have found?
My, look at these wonderful potsherds.
It's the new thinking in archaeology. Find some worthless debris, analyze it, understand prehistory. Kind of noble, don't you think?
There's an iron curtain coming down on Europe, Indy. The Russians are taking over.
I read the papers.
Want a real chance to be noble? We need your help.
Uh-huh. Who's we?
When I joined during the war, it was the OSS. Now President Truman calls us the Central Intelligence Agency.
Is that what you're up to these days? Soviet sabotage? Atomic secrets?
Don't be silly. We've got whole battalions for that. It's my job to worry about more, unusual activity, such as this dig site on the Euphrates River south of Baghdad.
Babylon.
Remember your Bible? That's where mortals raised the Tower of Babel to invade heaven.
Well, this does look like the ruins of Etemenanke, the ziggurat often identified with the tower.
Very good, Dr. Jones. You're looking at the brainchild of one Gennady Volodnikov of the Leningrad Physics Institute. He thinks there's some truth to the biblical legend.
Isn't he a godless communist?
He's a physicist who studies manifolds and hyperspace. Quirky theoretical stuff.
Now, what's a guy like that doing in Babylon?
Not sure. All we really know is he thinks the atom bomb is a joke.
Then why isn't the world laughing?
Indy, suppose the tower housed some deadly force no one else had ever heard of. Something as dangerous as nuclear fission.
And the Babylonians tore it down for reasons not discussed in the good book.
Exactly.
It's an amusing theory, but as you can see, I've got troubles of my own.
You don't think I flew out here from Washington just to relieve your boredom, I hope? This came from the Russian dig site.
Somebody made a mistake. This looks like part of a steam engine. Maybe a locomotive from the last century.
There's no mistake. We've dated the thing. It's 2,600 years old.
Really? Look at that little wheel spin. How'd you find it?
Come on, Indy, we're the CIA. We have spies.
So he just abandons the dig site.
Babylon. A lot of mud brick and not much else. Why do the Russians want to dig it up?
That's why you're here. I think by this point I had it more under control and everything. But man, I promise I've played this game a lot, but watching that was just painful. Oh, merciful heavens.
The Ministerstra hereby reminds Comrade Dr. Volodnikov that socialist theory disavows the existence of supernatural powers.
Those doctrinaire apparatchiki. What is it? They think I'm out here searching for God?
Possibly. I'm just decoding the message, sir.
I'm searching for Marduk, a creature the Babylonians worshipped as a god, but he doesn't live in heaven, just on another plane.
What kind of plane, sir? Soviet or American?
Not airplane, you idiot. It's another dimension of reality. The Ethereum.
Be careful, Professor. When questions of ideology arise, they often conceal doubts about methods and results.
In Foreign Ministerstva, we're making excellent progress, all according to plan. We know the true story is waiting in the room of the tablets. That's where we'll find out what happened to the tower. And to the machine Marduk inspired. We're close.
That
It's a matter
boxy
of
animation.
days, and damn the ideology.
The fact that his hands are like rectangles and in constant fists. Oh man.
Quite an operation the Russians have going here. Makes me jealous. The site is crawling with guards. I better steer clear.
Good Lord. Overthinking to the max. How can you overthink the simplest thing? Oh, I can do it. Now, in this one, there is, I believe, a gold bar at the bottom of that. And I always forget to get it. He's there. There he is. Get him, Indy. Okay, now this section, there have been times where, and you could tell that I'm being very careful here, because it's like all of a sudden I'm dogpiled. Yeah, make sure to use the barrel, which I'm trying to make sure to do before that guy. Yeah, just like that. I have had times where I die here. Yeah. And but and there are times when I'm just trying to pick up the guns and they come at me. They're sneaky. Here they come.
A gun.
Is he coming? How did you miss? Go get him. Okay, I think that's all. I've had some when I think I've got them all, and then next thing I know, I'm being shot at by 3 others. It's like, what?
What have we here?
Rude.
Medicine.
Not nice at all. Pick up the gun. No, pick up the gun.
A gun. What's this? A medical kit.
Yeah, once you get down there, you can't come back up. At least that I remember. Seems like there's a poison kit. Maybe I missed it. Oh well. Can't go back and get it. Oh, merciful heavens.
Hey, Tim!
No.
Ты опять здесь?
Oh, I hear him. Where is he? Sneaky. It's the other thing I don't like about it is that it'll show the interior just like it showed the inside of the tent.
And look what I
That's so
found.
annoying.
A medical kit. Aha. First aid. Hey.
You're
First
gonna
aid.
see how badly I need that first aid later. Oh, good grief. See, again, I did it. It never fails. I mean, it's like supposed to push this button and push this button. I was like that when we first got the game. Again. But other times it's because you're not up against whatever it is. So like with this crate, you're not up against it. I don't know. It's like it's very, very sensitive.
Their trucks go right through the checkpoint. That's my passport.
You would think that the Russians would have seen him right there. That they can't be that oblivious. Okay. You you would think them driving there at some point, be it them directly in front, would see this guy standing there, or even through a rear view mirror, there would have been gunfire. Do not tell me that him standing there, nobody saw him there. From a realistic standpoint, I'm glad that nobody shot. But oh, good heavens. Oh man. Yeah. I think it was during my gameplay for this. I was just thinking, somebody had to see him. There is no way. Okay, let's see where he's going. It gets to a point where you start running, kind of like with Link. You start rolling. Oh, that was something I missed in Breath of the Wild.
Medicinal herbs. What's this? Medicinal herbs.
When I first got Breath of the Wild, I was like, how do you roll everywhere instead of just running? I was like, I don't have a horse. I must roll everywhere. For as much as I say stuff about, oh, Ocarina of Time isn't that great, that's the one thing. There was one time when I did this and the car ran me over. Yeah, it was just like it hit Indy. That's gruesome. Game over, I guess. Oh, good heavens. Yeah. Yeah, there are times where it does a quick turn thing. I don't know what I pressed for it to do that, but it's frustrating at times. It's like, because, this is kind of a lazy turn, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, shoo. I'm like, I don't know what I did for that, but I
Uh-oh.
thought it froze there. I was trying to get off. I was like looking at the manual at the same time. Oh my gosh. I was like in panic mode at this point. I was like, just get off it, Indy.
Look what I found. First aid. Aha. Some medicine.
Yeah, see, he's in stormtrooper mode in this one. I was like, I'm not gonna make it through this. Oh man. Yeah, the smartest thing to do is to blow those up because I've been blown up because of the guy up above. You know, he's the sniper guy. He blows those up. I remember the first time it happened, I was like, what just how did I die? Not realizing the barrels could blow up.
Now what? Some medicine. What's this? Some medicine.
This was so frustrating because it was like he did not want to latch onto the ledge. There's a lot of times where you don't have to move that crate. Yeah. Yeah, it was just like in Canyonland. There are times I get frustrated and I push the wrong button. I'm like, no, that's not it.
Hey.
Oh, he's hiding. Get him, Indy. Thank you for letting us know. I don't use that gun very much. I mean, it packs a punch, but that particular gun, I really don't use because of the fact that you have to cock it and everything, and it's just there's another one that I hate using the grenades. The grenades, and there's one other one. It's like a pouch, and I tried using the pouch once, and I I blew up Indy. I was like, throw it, and he just sat there. It was just like, what are you doing? So I don't use those.
Sтой!
Yeah, bullets hurt, buddy. Why don't you try avoiding them?
Hmm.
Yeah, because some Russians come in later and it's almost like they want to kill me. I just can't understand.
Comrade Dr. Volodnikov, we have Narushитель in our sight.
Capture him if possible. Otherwise, stреляй the dog.
Da, sir.
Here they come.
Ты опять здесь?
It was at that moment I was like, I really hope a medical kit or something shows up fast. Too many buttons. I can't keep up. So this maze, as you'll see, this is probably the fastest I've ever gotten through this maze. Usually I get lost. And I've seen walkthroughs that tell you how exactly to get through it and everything. And as I was going through it, I was like, okay, I just got to figure out everything. I just got to make sure that I got to watch his health and everything underwater and all of that. Next thing I know, I'm like, wait, is this where I'm supposed to be? Because I gotta tell you something. This particular maze, you can get lost. Now, I didn't pick up any of the treasures. There's like I think two or three treasures. I think just two actually. I didn't pick up any because I was not gonna go back down and then get lost again, especially with as quick as I found the place. Um, because that, like I said, that was the quickest I had ever found. And yeah, this I mean, this game has some pretty hard, I mean, in Palawan, there's that boat. I hate that one. Oh, can't wait to do that one. I think that's the worst is because you have I can't imagine. Understand in 1999, 2000, there weren't very many, if at all, people posting online because, of course, in 2000, the internet was only 6 years old. And uh, so there weren't very many people posting any walkthroughs or anything like that for video games. And so basically, it was just word of mouth how to get through these games. And so, as I said, in if you remember in at the Palawan Island and he finds that old ship and you have to get through it uh through that old ship where all the piranhas are, they're chewing at you and everything. And because you have to find that old hammer and all of that. And so it's like on the last bit of health that I can't imagine these expert gamers going through that and not raging. I'm sure there was a ton of rage because I know that myself and my brother and my dad had to step away for, I don't remember how long it was before he went back to the game because he kept dying. We all did. I don't remember who the first one was that got through it. And I know it wasn't me, so it was either my dad or my brother. It, that was a terrible puzzle to get. Um, yeah, it was. So, but you know, given the fact that when I reacted to Fate of Atlantis, and f with Fist's Path, there really wasn't that much that you did with Fists. Wit's Path, it was okay. And yeah, for as timeless as uh Fate of Atlantis is, when you actually go through it, it's like, well, given this, look, I love the game and everything, but when you say fist path, you gotta do more with fists. So I think they bumped up some of the puzzles here, especially like with here, uh, you got to go through the maze, and they have more mazes, just like in Maraway. There's like this whole maze that you go through and you get lost. Well, I do. Every time you get lost going through the pyramids that are interconnected underground and everything. So yeah, they made their puzzles harder. Even in easy mode, they made it harder. Oh, and then Emperor's Tomb, even on easy mode, it's difficult. And some of it is just like in Prague, it's just going up and down the um I finally realized what it reminds me of. Those really old games where you start on a ledge and you have to jump from rope to rope and you got to make sure that it doesn't fall. Yeah, my grandma had one of those games and that's what it reminds me of. So, yeah, let's see how fast this goes. Again, with the diving. I don't know how to do it. There we go. I think here is when I was actually looking for a gem. I figured it was down here. And I'm like, hang on. Yeah, so basically I'm looking around because I'm like, is this where I need to be? Open the door. Let me out.
This door is locked.
Very observant. Yeah, it's a satchel charge. I was trying to remember.
Остановись! Здравствуйте, товарищ. Open the door. I'm here to deliver supplies. Dig stuff. Whatever you need, I've got it.
Ты
Don't
шпион?
lie.
Мне прекрасно стрелять в шпионов.
What?
Hello, Dr. Jones. Welcome to Babel. I'm Simon Turner. Remember? CIA? Sophia works for me.
Oh, you stole the cogwheel.
And our commie friends don't even know it's gone. Volodnikov's a hopeless academic, not a field man, and frankly, I need clues he doesn't have. That's why you got tapped. You're a famous archaeologist. I'm just a spy. This should get you through the door.
How did
By
he
the
get
way,
the key?
rumor has it they found a gold statuette of the winged god Marduk. Be awful nice to have that.
CIA runs a museum.
The company runs a hive of soulless bureaucrats, but I am a passionate collector.
I'll bet you are.
Oh, Indy does not trust this guy. Oh, and for good reason. But how did he get the key? He just, something about this guy is just very, all I can think is weasel. He just feels like a weasel. I would think at that point that Indiana would just step away from it, you know? That's the end of the game. Game over. Oh man. Yeah. That should have been a moment where he asks how he got the key. And because he did ask about the CIA has a museum. Oh, Indy, this is not going to go well for you. Of course, we know that, but okay, here we go. Well, here they come. There's another one. No, take care of your health. Yeah, right there. He'd be dead. I couldn't get him to light that thing. I was clicking the right button. I was like, I was like, sir.
Mr. Otis didn't actually invent the elevator after all. Turner was right about Volodnikov. A good digger would have found this long ago.
So, okay. I don't remember if there was a reference to Mr. Otis in Emperor's Tomb, but in um, Fate of Atlantis, if you remember when they're in the labyrinth and they hit the Minotaur head and it goes down and you find Sternheart. Like, is this just an ongoing thing with the Indiana Jones game? Are they just gonna reference every time he uses an elevator of some kind, he just has to reference Mr. Otis, who, who is known for inventing the elevator? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah. And so we have Staff of Kings. It's for the Wii, but I played it on the DS, which was I it was stolen from me and I had no problem with that because it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible because Indy didn't want to respond to anything that I did. And the times that he did, then he was constantly getting shot. And I was like, I'm telling you to grab your whip or your gun and you're not doing it. And that is why you're getting lead poisoning right now. Oh, oh, good Lord. So, uh, my but my dad said that when he played Staff of Kings, he would get such a workout trying to play. I'd believe it. Okay, let's see what he found. Ooh, I I hear little crawlies.
This looks like a door to me. Why doesn't it open?
No access.
Hmm. This might be important. What do you know? Sophia's little gift has a purpose.
No kidding.
Okay, where am I? Nebuchadnezzar's library, maybe. Shh, don't disturb the patrons. Well, that's easy. They've been dead for thousands of years.
Did we get all of them? Sometimes they like to hide. Oh, the worst is in Mexico because just when you think you've killed all the little crawlies, the little creepy crawlies, one comes out of nowhere and gets you, and it's like
Aha.
the times I've had to stock up on poison remedies. Yeah, not enjoyable. And it's usually on those chapters.
Look what I found. An idol.
You're rich, Indy. Just walk down. There you go.
What's this? Part of a cuneiform tablet. Hmm. A fragment of text.
Hey, hey. Okay. So if you look across the way and above the bull cube, the cube that he pushed forward, there is uh um a thing that he can whip. Okay, so there's basically two ways that you can so pretty much you can move that thing forward. It's moved forward so that you can whip that thing and climb up and uh go in. And I just complicated it. There have been times where I go to jump on that ledge and I die because I don't grab it and everything. I seems like in my walkthrough I was for the channel I was noticing that whole thing. And yeah, because somewhere along the line I was like, wait, I could have gone this way instead of this way. I get because yeah, of course. It's what I do. It's what I always do. And in this one, you're going to see me overthink something, and so just be aware of that. And because of the fact that there is a ledge right next to this one, I can't tell you how many times I overjump and die. And it's happened way too often. I'm not even joking. And there have been other times where I uh hang off of this ledge to just drop down and die because I figure that it's just right next to, yeah, no, it's not. So you gotta it's one of those where you jump just right and everything. So, all right, let's watch me overthink. Yeah, I know where to go.
What's this?
That's another time where I tend to overjump. Yeah. This is one of those where I think that there's a creepy crawly that's gonna come out. I couldn't remember if it was gonna come out or not. Because a lot of times when there's the cobwebs, they do. They suddenly show up. Usually the sound, but
Well, well, look at this. Marduk, wings and all. Not bad as priceless treasures go.
Simon said that. Sorry, I just thought of Simon says. But he said that the Russians had the um that the that they had the idol. Obviously they didn't because Indy had to go through all of that just to find it. What? If I if I were Indiana Jones, I would be very upset right now. Someone is lying. Oh, good heavens. Yeah, because I would think that it would be in Volognikov's office, whatever little office he has at the dig site. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see you. Oh, good heavens. If I were Indy, I would not be trusting this guy. This is this is not gonna go well for Indy. Oh man. All right, here we go. I was pushing the wrong button.
Aha. Another text fragment.
Huzzah. No, no, no. And I'm on the wrong side, not realizing.
There's some cuneiform writing here, but I can't read it. Some of the tablets are missing.
Then put them in there.
There, it fits. But I still can't read anything.
Famous archaeologist.
Now it starts to make sense. Let's see here. Make welcome seeker know that it was Nebuchadnezzar, in heed of the writing that Marduk made appear unto him, who builded the great engine. Having no understanding, the rabble hath thrown down his work, but 4 trusted disciples are scattered upon the face of the earth, and the relics go with them. Wouldst thou tread the path of knowledge, look eastward. Ergon it is who flees to the heavenly mountains, where Shambhala holds a mighty secret. Heavenly mountains. I wonder if that means the Tian Shan Range. Hey, an idol. What have we here?
I'm not sure what's going on here. Yay, freedom. I hate that sometimes you have to be angled just perfectly in order for him to grab onto the ledge.
Ah, Jones, there you are. Got a statue for me?
Will this do?
It just might. Anything else?
According to the inscription, the tower once housed a great engine. When the Babylonians smashed the thing, 4 priests escaped with the parts.
Taking them where?
Not sure, except in one case. Some fellow named Ergon headed for the Heavenly Mountains. There's a crude map of Central Asia.
That's not much help.
Might be enough. The Tian Shan Range straddles the border between China and Kazakhstan. The name translates as Heavenly Mountains.
Kazakhstan. Last time I looked, that was Soviet territory.
Maybe I won't show the border guards my passport.
Okay, buddy, it's your funeral.
So he doesn't trust this guy, but he told him all the information. Okay. Because it has worked before. I mean, he did it in Last Crusade. And even after Donovan said, "Don't trust anybody." Oh man. He can't help it. And I mean, he'd be better off talking to Sophia, because he at least, I guess, kind of trusts her. Yeah, I don't even know what kind of a relationship they have at this point. Does he trust her? Who knows? But anyway, so that's the first 2 chapters, and then the next chapter will follow the snowy region. The what did he call it? The Tian Shan Range. And yeah, so um close up here.